Okay, welcome back everyone. So today we are going to learn about more features of Word 2013. So as you know that Word 2013 also allows you to insert pictures, word art, text boxes and shapes. Okay, so these all things are known as objects. So Word is a software which does not only allow you to insert text but also allows you to insert shapes, word art, pictures and text box. Okay, so today we are going to learn more about MS Word. So today let's learn about first thing, that is inserting column. Okay, so by default in a Word 2013 document there is only one column. Okay, as you can see that I have written some text and it is only in one column. Okay, so if you want to alter, it means if you want to increase the number of columns in the page, you can do like you have seen the newspapers, the articles comes in the form of columns. So if you want to increase the number of columns, so how you can do it? Select the text. Okay, after selecting the text, go to the page layout tab. In the page layout tab you have this page setup group. In the page setup group we have this columns option. Click on the columns drop down menu. Now you have the number of options. How many columns do you want in a particular page? 2 columns, 3 columns, okay, left or right. Okay, so let's click on this 2. Okay, so we have created 2 columns. As soon as the text of the first column reaches at the end of the page, the text would automatically go into the second column, and you can see the 2 equal columns on the horizontal ruler. Okay, now suppose you want to create 3 columns. So what you can do, click on, first select the text on which you want to apply the columns. Then go to the page layout tab. After going into the page layout tab, click on the columns, click on 3. Okay, now you can see that the page has been divided into 3 equal columns. Okay, so this is how you can create number of columns into your page. Then you can click on this columns option again in the page setup group. Click on more columns option and you can increase the number of columns from this particular button, and you can decrease the number of columns, okay, according to your choice. Now what is left and what is right? Okay, so suppose you want the left column to be a bit smaller as compared to the right side, so you can select the left column. Okay, so click on this and you can see that the width of left column is smaller as compared to the right column. Similarly, when you select the right one, it means the right column's width would be smaller as compared to the left one. Okay, because the left column was wide enough to contain the text, that is why no text has been sent to the right side. And if you start typing something, okay, whatever you can type, and as soon as the text reaches to the end of the page, it will automatically be shifted to the new column. Okay, so this is how it works. Now let's learn about inserting an image into the Word 2013 document. Okay, so how to insert an image? So first go to the insert tab, click on the illustrations group. In the illustrations group you have this pictures option. Click on the pictures option. Now this pictures option is having two options again, either from this device. It means if you want to insert a picture which is already on your computer, okay, or either you want to download it from internet, so you can click on this online pictures if you want to insert a picture using the internet. Okay, so click on this online pictures. When you click on this online picture, the insert picture dialog box appears. Here you need to search. Okay, this is Bing image search engine. Here you need to search an image. So suppose you want to insert a picture of polar bear, write polar bear and hit the enter key. As soon as you hit the enter key, you see the images of the polar bears. Now whichever image attracts you or you find it suitable, so you can click on that particular image, and after selecting the image you need to click on this insert button. Click on the insert button and the image would be inserted. Okay, as you can see, downloading picture has been started. Now the picture has been inserted. So you can just delete the text like this, select this particular text box and hit the delete key. Okay, so text box which was below the image has been deleted. Now let's learn about cropping the image. Okay, so for cropping the image, what is to be done? What is cropping? So cropping means removing the unwanted edges. Like you only want this polar bear. So what you can do is, as soon as you click on this particular picture, a new tab appears, which is format tab inside the picture tools. So click on this format tab. Then in the size group, we have this crop option. Okay, so I will be showing you two types of cropping. So first let's learn about this crop. Click on this crop option. Then you can alter the size according to yourself. Okay, suppose you do not want this rocks, you just want this particular bear. Okay, so how we have removed the unwanted edges. Now again click on this crop option here and the image is cropped. Okay, I have undo it. Okay, this is the original picture which we had downloaded. Again click on the picture so that the format tab appears. Click on the format tab. Now click on this crop drop down menu. So as soon as you click on this, now you can see the option crop to a shape. Okay, now if you want to crop the image in a particular shape, like you want to crop it into the shape of an oval, so click on this shape and the picture is cropped into the particular shape. So this is how it works. Now let's learn about the adjust group. In the format tab you have this adjust group. You have also this picture styles. If you want a frame around it, okay, like this, okay, beveled, you want this kind of frame or you want this kind of frame. Okay, so you can choose whatever kind of frames do you want, so you can choose. Okay, in the picture styles group, so it looks beautiful. So select the picture. I was telling you about adjust group. In the adjust group we have this first option, that is corrections. Okay, in order to make the image a bit sharpen or soften, okay, so you can select this particular thing. See here the brightness is -40, contrast is -40, so the picture has become a bit darker. If you want to make it a bit brighter, so you can select this particular option. Okay, so according to your choice, whichever you find attractive, you can select it. Okay, then you have this color option. Okay, suppose you want black and white or this kind of images, you want saturation, color tone. Okay, according to your choice, whatever you find suitable, you can select. Okay, then you have this artistic effect. If you want it to look like a portrait, so you can select this option also. Okay, to just give an artistic touch to the image. Okay, so this is paintbrush, like the image has been drawn by a paintbrush. Okay, then let's learn about wrap text option. Okay, so what is wrap text option? In the wrap text option means this is a feature which is provided to you by MS Office, which automatically starts a new line when a word in a sentence reaches a border of an object on which this feature is applied. Okay, so what does it mean? Let's see. Okay, so first click on the picture. Okay, suppose you have already inserted this picture. Then if you want this text to be wrapped around this picture, so what you are supposed to do, click on this picture and you will be able to see the wrap text option here also. Otherwise, go to the format tab which is inside the picture tools. Then click on the picture, go to the format tab. Then in the format tab you have this wrap text feature in the arrange group. Okay, so in the arrange group you have this wrap text feature, so you can just click on this square, so you can see that the text which was written below the image has now come to the side of the image. You can make it tight, it means the text would be a bit tighter to the image. through top and bottom, so it is on the bottom now. Behind the text means the text would be on the front of the image and the image would be on the back side of the text. In front of text, that means the image would be in front of the text. Okay, so whichever you find suitable you can choose. So like square we have chosen. Now click on the picture again. Then you have in arrange group, you have this position option. Click on the position. Right now the image is on the top left corner, so if you want the image in the middle, okay, so you can select this option. If you want the image on the right side of the page, so you can select this option. If you want the text in the middle left, in bottom, in the center middle, in the middle right, in bottom left, bottom middle, or bottom right corner. Okay, so according to your choice you can just put the picture on a page. Then now let's learn about inserting shapes. Okay, so inserting shapes, if you want to insert a shape, you need to go to the insert tab. In the insert tab, in the illustrations group, you have this shapes option. Now whichever shape you want to insert, like suppose you want to insert a smiley. Okay, so you can notice that now your mouse pointer has been changed to a plus sign. Using the left mouse button, hold the left mouse button and just drag it, and you can see that the smiley has been drawn. Okay, now automatically this format tab has appeared. Using this format tab, what you can do, you can go to the shape styles group. In this shape styles group, you can click on this particular more option and you can select the color which is filled inside the shape. Okay, suppose you want this color. Otherwise, if you are not happy with the colors provided in the more option, you can click on the shape fill option and you can choose the color from here also. Okay, so suppose you want this color. Then shape outline, which kind of outline do you want around the shape? So if you want the red colors outline, so you can select this option. Then shape effect, okay, if you want it to be look like a bevel, okay, so you can select this option. It is looking like a cookie. Okay, then go to the format tab again. Okay, now let's learn a new thing. Let me make its color white so that it would be more easier to understand. In some shapes you would be able to notice a yellow handle. Okay, this yellow handle, okay, is not available in all the shapes. Okay, like when you insert a square, there is no yellow handle. Okay, there is no yellow button. But when you insert an arrow, okay, so this is an arrow. So when you insert an arrow, you would be able to see two yellow handles. Okay, so these yellow handles are available only in few shapes, and these yellow handles are used to modify the shape. Okay, right now the smiley is happy. If you want it to be sad, so what you are supposed to do, using the left mouse button, you can just drag it upside and now it has become sad. Similarly, when you go and click on this particular arrow, so you can just adjust the length of the pointer. Okay, like you can increase it or you can just decrease it. Okay, similarly when you click on this particular yellow handle, you can increase the length or decrease the length or width of the particular arrow's backside. Okay, so these are yellow handles. Okay, so now let's learn about inserting text box. So for inserting the text box, you need to click on the insert tab. Then you have this text box option. In the text group, click on the text box. Either you can select this predefined text boxes to draw, or you can draw your own text box using this option, draw text box. Okay, so when you click on this draw text box option, you can again see that your mouse pointer has been changed to a plus symbol. Okay, so you can just drag it and you can create your own text box. So something you can write hello everyone. Okay, now in order to change the shape of the text box, what you are supposed to do, click on the format tab in the drawing tools, go to the edit shape, click on the change shape option, and then suppose you want this particular oval shape for the text box, so click on this oval shape and you can see that the shape of the text box has been changed. Now you can fill the color also inside the text box. Okay, then you can also increase the size of the text using the home tab, font group. Right now the size is 12, you can make it 18, then you can make it bold. Now suppose you want to change the shape of the text. Okay, so what you are supposed to do, either select the text box or select the text, go to the format tab. In the format tab you have this text effects option in the word styles group. Click on the text effects option, then click on this transform option, okay, in the last, and then select how do you want to change the shape. Okay, suppose you want this or like this, okay, round hello everyone. Okay, so this is how you can change the shape of the text inside a text box. Okay, one more thing I wanted to tell you, suppose you have inserted a shape and you want to write something inside the shape. Okay, so how you can write inside a shape, so go to the insert tab, click on the shapes option, draw a square. Okay, so this is the square. Suppose you want to write something inside this square, so right click on this particular shape and click on add text option. Okay, as soon as you click on this add text option, you can write something inside this shape. So I can write in a shape as well. Okay, and the formatting can be applied on this text also. Go to the home tab after selecting the text, you can increase the font size. Okay, so this is how you can do it. Now let's learn about inserting a word art. Okay, so word art is a text styling feature in MS Word. Okay, it means to make your text more attractive, you can use the word art feature. So for inserting the word art, you need to click on the insert tab. In the insert tab, you have to go to text group. In the text group, you have this word art option and you can select the particular text effects which you want. Okay, so suppose you want particular this text which is having a shadow also, so click on this particular option and type formatting word art. You can see that there is a shadow of the text. Okay, now you can also modify or format this text. Okay, again you can go to the home tab, you can increase its font size. Okay, you can make it bold, you can also make it italic, you can also change its color. So whatever text you are inserting in the document or in a shape or in the text box or in the word art, you can format it. Okay, you can also transform it. Go to the format tab, click on the text effects in the word art styles, and you can also click on transform, so it will also be transformed. Okay, so this is how it can be formatted. Now if you want to change its color, so you can go to the text fill option and you can change. Okay, change the color of the text, whichever color you find suitable for your text. Okay, then you can convert a regular text into the word art. Okay, you can convert a regular text also in the word art. So select the text, go to the insert tab option, click on the word art and select the text which you want. Okay, so this is how the regular text can also be converted into a word art. Now the last option that we are going to discuss is, second last. Okay, so let's now learn drop cap option. So you would have seen in the newspapers or some articles, the first letter of the paragraph is larger as compared to the other letters. Okay, so that is the drop cap. Okay, that is the drop cap. So for making a particular text as a drop cap, what you are supposed to do, select the first letter which you want to use as a drop cap. Then you have to go to the insert tab. In the insert tab, in the text group, you have this drop cap option and click on this drop. Okay, so this D has become a drop cap. Okay, the first letter is a bit larger as compared to the other letters, and it gives an artistic touch to the document. Okay, you can also format this particular D also. As I have earlier told, like whatever text you insert in the document can be formatted. Okay, so you can make it bold, you can change the color. Okay, then let's write the text. Drop cap option gives an artistic touch to the Word document. Okay, so this is how drop cap option works. Now let's learn about creating a macro. Okay, so a macro is a series of commands. Now suppose I want to make this text bold, I want to make it italic, I want to make it underline. Okay, so I have used 3 commands. So I can combine these 3 commands and make a button on the quick access toolbar, so that all these options can be applied, or all these particular effects can be applied on the text by clicking on single button. Okay, so how can I do that? For doing this, what I need to do, first we need to go to the view tab. Okay, here click on the view tab, then we have this macros group, click on the macro group, then click on this record macro. So click on the record macro. Here you need to give the name of your macro. So I am giving the name as AJ. Click on this button option because you are going to create a button for your macro. Just a second. Click on macro, record macro, then give the name AJ. Click on this button. Okay, what is happening? Okay, click on OK. Yes. Okay, now the macro is recording. Stop recording. Record macro. Okay, I have already created few macros, that is why it is happening like this. Just a second, let me remove the macros. Delete. Delete. Okay, so click on macro, click on record macro. Now give the name AJ, click on the button. Then this word options dialog box appears. So here you have to click on this normal new macro.aj, which I have given. Click on add option. So you can see that the AJ macro has been assigned to this particular group. Then click on the modify option. When you click on the modify option, a list of buttons open, like which kind of shape or which kind of button do you want for your particular macro. Okay, so suppose you want this particular arrow, double arrow you want for your macro. Click on OK. Okay, it will be added into the quick access toolbar. Okay, click on OK. Now you can see that the mouse pointer is having a kind of cassette which is attached to its tail. Now whatever action you are going to perform would be recorded. Like if you want to make the text bold, it is recorded, italic, recorded, bold, italic and underline. These three which we have recorded. Then again go to the view tab, go to the macros option and click on stop recording. Now your macro has been recorded and the button has been added to the quick access toolbar. Okay, so now let's write a text. So suppose you write macro, select this macro. Okay, now if you want to make it bold, italic and underline, so instead of going into the home tab font group, okay, and instead of clicking these three buttons, what you can do, you can just simply click on this arrow and you can see that the text has become bold also, italic also and underline by clicking on the single button only.